Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes, powered by gpac. gpac, growing people and companies. I'm your host, Nick Corner, Assistant Commissioner at the Northern Sun. Today, we're joined by the reigning NSIC Softball Pitcher of the Week, Maddi Duncan of the Sioux Falls Cougars. Maddi, welcome to the Spotlight.
Good to be here.
Let's start with you telling us a bit about yourself.
I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska, and I'm a senior here at USF, and I'm majoring in exercise science, psychology, and social science.
Originally from Lincoln, you said, how did you find your way to the University of Sioux Falls?
Well, I actually came with the previous coaching staff from Briarcliff after my freshman year, and I've just loved it here ever since.
Go back a little further, pre-college, pre-high school. How did you get involved in playing softball in your youth?
When I was younger, I just wanted to play with my friends, and they all played softball, so that's how I got into it. And they moved to go a little bit more competitive, and I did not want to do that. And so I actually quit for a little bit, and then I came back, and it's been my life ever since.
What was the major factor that brought you back? All
So
right.
I was bored. I was bored at
Bored.
home.
Well, it's obviously paying off because you had a big weekend up in Moorhead. You earned NSIC Pitcher of the Week honors for the second time this season. 26 strikeouts over two starts. That's nearly 2 strikeouts per inning. You had 8 batters strikeout looking. What were you able to do this past weekend to keep hitters off balance?
This season, we've really been trying to work on an off-speed pitch. I've never really had one, and so just adding that to my toolbox has been pretty helpful.
What would you say is your best pitch?
Definitely my rise ball. I
Rise ball?
really love throwing rise balls. Yes.
All right. The game of softball has a huge mental aspect to it. What is your mentality going into a game and then between every pitch, whether it's just after giving up a hit or striking someone out?
Um, Honestly, there's not a lot going on up there. I really try and stay calm and consistent. And doing that, I have to keep my mindset really clear and even because the second I start getting into my head is when my performance will start going down.
You are a coach's dream because I know way too many coaches that keep telling pitchers to get out of their own heads. So if you can do that, you're obviously succeeding there.
Yeah.
You've played for a few different coaches during your time at USF. Tommy Downs took over the reins this past summer. What's the culture he's brought to the program, and what's it like to play for him?
He's brought a lot of team camaraderie. Like we do everything together. It's awesome. We have dinners all the time and we just have each other's backs, pick each other up when we need it.
I was listening to the games up in Moorhead. A lot of chants coming from your dugout, a lot of noise coming from there. Is that part of his culture that he's brought in there, and where does that come from?
Yes, we cheer a lot, cheer on our teammates. We like to celebrate each other's successes.
Do you practice those prior, or is it something people make up in the? How does that work?
No, just sometimes every once in a while, like on the bus, somebody will start saying it and then we'll all start saying it. And just like a little earbug.
Constant chatter. You get to stay home for a while, 10-game home stretch. Talk about weather conditions and what it's like playing softball in northern climates. You were outdoors, you were playing on a football field with a pad mound up in Moorhead last weekend. You'll be back home this weekend, just in domes earlier this year. What's it like to play softball in the upper Northwest?
Well, one day it's gonna be really nice. It might be like 90, and then the next day it's gonna snow. And so you just gotta come prepared for everything. You have to bring your summer clothes and your winter clothes.
About preparing, obviously a lot of travel in the spring semester. You got non-conference games out of state. Then you got the conference season with games pretty every weekend. How are you able to balance athletics and academics?
Just communicating with your professors. They know that we're gone. They know that we're busy. And so they'll be willing to help you if you just reach out.
A lot of softball yet to play this season as we're just wrapping up the month of March. But at this point of the season, what are your personal and what are the team's goals to finish out this season?
My personal goal is just to win, and my team's goal is to win. And we're gonna have a lot of fun doing it. Go Coup.
When you come to the ballpark, any superstitions or routines you do before the game, before you get out there, or anything on the field before you step on that mound?
I have a couple, but my main thing is my towel. It's like my little security blanket. And if I don't have it, I start freaking out a little bit. If I reach back and it's not there and I'm like, oh, where's my towel?
Is it a specific towel that you've had for a long time, or is it just having a towel back there?
Just having a towel back there. There's the Gorilla Gold ones that I use.
final question for you. What would you say is the best piece of advice you've been giving during your athletic career?
But you can't hate yourself into somebody that you love. If you're constantly tearing yourself down, you're going to spiral down instead of spiral up.
That's right. Positive talk. It's a huge aspect, especially for someone out there on the pitcher's mound playing softball every week. So, some great
Yes.
advice right there. Maddi, thank you very much for joining us this morning. That's going to wrap up this week's show. Thanks again to our sponsor, gpac. Congratulations again on all your success so far this season, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.